Great action here from our upper quarterfinals, but we're not done yet. We've got another, well, we're going to cover what looks to be a game of action here. We've got Maria to set us up for that next match.
It's a mirror match, Zachary Kiihne versus Simon Nielsen.
For Zachary Kiihne, one of the game's bright young upstarts, choosing the deck to beat an Esper midrange using Rafine, the Wandering Emperor, plenty of Planeswalker and removal spells to build his advantage. Simon Nielsen looking to stop that by doing the exact same thing. It's Rafine, it's Planeswalkers, it's a mirror match. Anybody's guess who's going to win.
Kiihne Nielsen is coming up next.
And welcome back. So we've got game 3 between Zachary Kiihne and Simon Nielsen. Interesting setup here, Paul. Of course, the normal implications on the match, right? These players are looking to advance through the top 8 on their route to hopefully becoming a champion here at the new Capenna Championship. But there's other implications as well. Normally, we've been talking a lot about how World Championship seats are available for these players. Well, these two players are in a great position. They've already secured their seats, but here's where it gets interesting. There are two players on the sidelines who are not in the top 8 who are very much rooting for one or the other of these players. Jakub Toth is rooting for Zachary Kiihne. If Kiihne wins, he will secure his World Championship seat. And Lucas Hane is rooting for Simon Nielsen for the exact same reason. Kind of interesting. Some real cheering sections here for these two players. As it stands, Paul, game number 3 in the Esper mid-range mirror. What are you seeing?
Well, you know, as much as I want to focus on the match, I just can't. I'm just so distracted by Simon Nielsen's dancing here. I'm just really curious what he's listening to.
You want to know what song he's got?
He's just been jamming out the entire weekend, having a great time, and destroying his opponents. But this is a near 75 card mirror. But both of these players are on the same testing team, and so it's a lot of it's just, you know, they have probably the very similar sideboarding strategy, so it'll just come down to kind of how they navigate the games. But I do want to just take a little bit of time to just highlight this team. Now, I don't know if they have a name, right? But this is a team with, I mean, I think rivals that Japanese super team we've been giving high praise to in terms of accomplishments.
Those are the top 2 teams for sure.
By far, in my opinion, this is probably the best team in the world next to that Japanese team. This is a team with Simon Nielsen, Zachary Kiihne, Austin Bersavich, David Inglis. They have 4 members in the top 8 of this tournament alone.
Yeah, Carl Serap's in there too. We just saw him last round.
Yeah, it's just been incredible to see them just completely, you know, this is a team that was kind of formed just within the last couple of years and just come out and just dominate nearly every single tournament that they play. It's just really been incredible to see.
Super impressive. You know, Carl, who was in our last match, said, I'm working with the same team as always, led by Tangrams, probably the best team in the world. And I have to agree with Carl. They definitely have their claim for that. The only thing they need, a really sweet name. Right? Like, it's a little hard to say, you know, the Paula Viter, Johnny Gutman, David Inglis, Matty Queesman, you know, like, how about we come up with something snappy here so we can call you a sweet name? At any rate, a couple of Reckoner Bankbusters look like they're ready to go at it, although Negate, and look at that heartbreak there from Zachary Kiihne, and Simon Nielsen's doing the Kenji dance there, and it looks like that was a massive play for him. Kiihne really needed this Bankbuster, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at his hand. It's extremely reactive. It's all the removal spells. So he needed a source of card advantage. And look, he didn't even play a land for his turn. He's going to cycle this Rafine's Tower, going to look for a Planeswalker, going to look for a wedding announcement, anything to kind of get the ball rolling. Because on Simon's side, he's the one who had the active Reckoning Bankbuster. And look at his hand. It's loaded.
It is loaded. He has so much power in that hand. It looks perfect. From here, he's got some reactive spells, or a reactive spell with Vanishing Verse, but then he's got some serious heavy hitters, Double Lolth, Rafine, Wedding Announcement, and this, the Wandering Emperor, which is going on the sack, and it's going to resolve. And Simon Nielsen goes, really? It just resolves? I just get to have this card? And the answer is sort of. There is a Vanishing Verse that will take it out right after that activation.
Yeah, and unless Zach Kiihne can just find some threats of his own to kind of match what Simon has, look, Vanishing Verse is a nice removal spell, but when you're targeting Planeswalkers, they're still going to have something left over, right? And every time you do that exchange, Simon's going to be up something, up some kind of resource. In this instance, it's that 2/2 creature. Now there's a Lolth in play. Again, Zach's going to be able to Vanishing Verse the Lolth, but that's 2 spiders in play too.
That's right, and he's going to fall so far behind this board, he can't keep up on a 1-for-1 basis, and Kiihne looks distraught on his side. There's the verse to take out the Lolth, but Simon says yes to this transaction, yes to this last transaction. He is going to run over Zachary Kiihne if Zachary can't find some way to sweep. And of course, now the negate shows up. Yeah, that's right, Zachary, because yeah, sure. Where you been all my life, negate? I could have used you the last couple of turns.
Oh, man. Look at Simon's hand. He just has it all.
Boy, this is a nice turn for a Rafine. He can attack with 4 creatures.
He can. Now, that's the one threat that Zach actually wants Simon to play, right? It's like, okay, at least with Rafine, it's a clean 1-for-1. I don't have to worry about you making a token or anything like that. Please just play a Rafine instead of playing something like another Planeswalker this turn.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of some of both. He's going to play Wedding Announcement and Rafine most likely. So he does have to face both down. Zachary, in a kind of an awkward situation here, wants to, all right, this cleans it up, but he's going to kill Rafine. Now, if it's still Simon's first main, he could just re-Rafine, though.
He could, and the Vanishing Verse would not kill it.
He does not, though.
But, I mean, it looks like Simon is just happy attacking with the team, not considering the Bankbuster because of the potential existence of Wandering Emperor, right? It's like, look, maybe I don't want to just lose my 4/4 here.
So he does decide against attacking with it. He's going to apply max pressure here with Wedding Announcement. That's going to catch a negate. Simon says, all right, well, you had to draw one of those at some point. There's the Wandering Emperor now. That could stem the bleeding, but is Zachary just facing too much heat here?
Yeah, this is just far too much. I mean, this is more tokens. I mean, Zach Kiihne, if he's got meat hooks left, it's a recurring theme here, but that's basically the card that he needs here to stabilize the board. It's not even to fall. It's not even to go ahead. Simon Nielsen would be very much ahead, even if Zach finds a Meat Hook Massacre. It is simply a massacre to survive.
Simon Nielsen's been carrying the good vibes forward for the whole weekend. He's been jamming out. He's been smiling. He's been having fun. And boy, I'd be having fun right now if I were him too, because he is attacking for lethal damage right now. Zachary Kiihne is going to be able to survive this turn, but just
goes to
barely.
Oh,
he's going to take out the Lolth, so he's down to 1. And there's a Ray of Enfeeblement, which certainly isn't enough. And that is Simon Nielsen advancing and moving forward in the top 8. Look how excited he is. You love to see that kind of enthusiasm for the game, especially for somebody who's been playing for so long like he has, right? Like, this isn't some newcomer to the game. He's been around and he still has that fire, and you absolutely love to see it. Congrats, Simon Nielsen, for continuing. Kiihne's going to drop down to the lowers. Also, congrats to Lucas Hone, who just picked up his World Championship seat as a result of his new best friend.